Hello teacher and friends. In this presentation, I'll be discussing about the changes in the electronic industry trends in the year 2025 or in another 5 years ahead of us. The purpose of this video is to express my view about the topic and later discuss with you all about the electronic industry report prediction in the year 2025. So let's start. Electronic industry is a fast-growing industry. Everything started with only the radio manufacturing, and now it has entered in almost all the fields, such as space exploration, defense equipment, medical diagnosis, communication, information technology, computer system, and even entertainment. Now the question is, if the trend continues, what will the market size be in the year 2025? And what will the growth rate be? But before we talk about 2025, let's see what would happen in our near future first. The global electronic products market is expected to grow from $948 billion in 2020 to $1,055 billion in 2021. At a compound annual growth rate of 11.2%. The growth is mainly due to the companies rearranging all of their operations and recovering from the COVID-19 impacts, which had earlier led to many restrictions on their company's regular operations. They have to do the social distancing, remote working, and the closure of commercial activities that significantly affect their regular operation and result in more operational challenges. Now that they are finally recovering, there will definitely be some growth in their market size. Now in the year 2025, which we could safely assume that the COVID-19 pandemic will have already ended, the market size, although people doesn't have to do the social distancing or remote working anymore, will probably still grow. The market size is also expected to reach around $1,200 billion in 2025, at a compound annual growth rate of 5%, since electronic devices will remain in the market as an important product. Even though the compound annual growth rate seems to go down from around 11% to 5%, it is normal because we just don't have to work from home as much as we do during the pandemic anymore. The electronic market itself still has the potential to grow higher in demand because it has become an essential part of customers' daily life routines in the past decade. From conventional consumer electronic products, such as the smartphone, computers, laptops, digital cameras, DVDs, tablets, and printers, to advanced products, such as the camcorders, tablets, smart television, and wearable electronic devices. Moreover, after what we have to experience during the COVID-19 pandemic, most people probably are more familiar with these technologies, which might increase the tendency of people who are interested in electronic products. And to conclude, personally, I think all electronic-related market will certainly grow in size gradually every year, especially when people are all willing to accept new innovations and try out new things. This is a data collected in 2020 by the Global Web Index, just 1 year ago from now. Smartphones are the most popular product bought in the US. The second was the desktop and laptop. The remainings are something like display, TV, and smart home devices. And here is Amazon's top selling products in the electronic category on September 27, 2021, and it is updated hourly. It also shows that the data collected in the previous slide was quite accurate. The top 5 products people still bought till this day are all smart home devices and tablets. The trend don't have any notable change from what it was in 2020. And from what I predict, it will still be the same in the year 2025. So the type of product could differ in the sense of popularity. For example, display or monitor was said to be the most product bought in 2025, and smartphones will be in the second place instead. They just kind of like shuffle around the chart, but this category will still top the future trends. And the next topic is about the challenges to the market growth. First, monitoring a complicated supply chain. To be efficient and cost-effective, most electronic companies outsource at least some of their operations. While outsourcing has a lot of advantages, it also creates a more complicated supply chain, with a lot more points where product can get misplaced, out of compliance, or otherwise become an issue. The next challenge is maintaining quality management. The same complex supply chain also introduces the potential for quality control and management issues. Keeping components and process in-house allow for easy visibility into quality. Outsourcing makes it much harder to keep an eye on what everyone is doing and how. In the end, the primary manufacturer is responsible for quality when it comes to clients. So it must manage these processes regardless of how complex the supply chain is. The last example for challenges is predicting customer demand. Every manufacturing-related industry is tied to customer demand, but the electronic industry is particularly challenging to predict. Customers always expect new, high-quality technology as soon as it is possible to manufacture it. Companies, however, need to carefully balance supply and demand, operating wisely to meet the customer needs without having too much or too little stock. So let's look at the key players in this market. So I'll only point out the interesting key players. First, we all know this company for their home appliance and smartphone, Xiaomi. And next, Apple, which we know for their smartphone, tablets, and laptop. Next, Huawei, which is known for their smartphone. And the next one is the LG Electronics, known for home appliance and display. And the last one, Samsung Electronics, known for home appliance, display, and smartphones. And now we are at the last topic, the market opportunities and threats faced by the key players. Let's say for a big company like Apple. Foldable displays have become popular in tablets, smartphones, and notebooks in recent years. Flexible display panels are bendable because of the flexible material used to manufacture them. Apple could also hop on this trend and produce their own flexible smartphone or tablets. The company currently has 1.4 billion active devices and massive loyal customer base. This could be a great market opportunity for them to consider. But at the same time, foldable phones are based on flexible display technology, and companies like Samsung and LG are mass-producing flexible OLED display panels for smartphones, television sets, and smartwatches. Samsung, which is also well known for their smartphone, has already launched their own foldable smartphone, called the Galaxy Z Flip, into the market in the first quarter of the year 2020. This could be a hindrance for Apple because their competitor is a step further than them. They specialize in mass-producing their own flexible OLED display panels, while Apple have to depend on the suppliers like LG, BOE, and Samsung. Speaking of suppliers, Apple might face some problem in the future if there were to be a pandemic like COVID-19 again. Because situations like that disrupted the supply chain of various markets, including the display market. One of Apple's suppliers is the BOE, which is a Chinese supplier. And China is the worst hit country in terms of displaying manufacturing during this COVID-19 pandemic. And that is the end of the presentation. Thank you for your attention.